Marc, you want to do your intro again?
If you want me to.
Yeah, Marc, go ahead and take it away. Start us off.
Hi, this is Marc from LongIslandWatch.com, and I am here at Worn & Wound headquarters in lovely Brooklyn, New York, and I am accompanied by...
Devin from Worn & Wound and, of course, the Windup Watch Shop. And today we're going to be doing a bit of a different style video on the Windup Watch Shop YouTube channel, in which I invited Marc to our showroom here in Brooklyn and then into our studio to take a look at a few brands that he carries on his online shop, and then a few brands that we carry here in the Brooklyn showroom, and of course online at the windupwatchshop.com. So we're just going to take a look at a couple of the different watches that we have, kind of walk through a few of them. You're going to introduce me to a couple of the watches that you brought, and then I will introduce you to a couple of the watches that I brought.
Sure.
But seeing as you are our guest in our space today, why don't you kick us off?
Well, I love this space. Yeah. I love this. The store part was, since I was here last time, like a little over a year ago, wow, it's crazy what you guys have done. Yeah. It looks really nice.
Thank you. Growing very quickly, adding tons of brands. A lot of, we're finding space somehow. Right. Yeah. I don't know how.
You might be working outside soon.
Yeah,
but still,
we're going to build a platform and we're just going to be out there all winter long, just figuring that out.
Yeah, no, really good. I love that there's like no glass.
Yes,
and I commented out to you before that you can actually just like walk up and you can touch something. You don't have to ask a salesperson, can I see that?
Right.
And then, so.
Yeah, come in, get hands-on watches. Chat to the people who are hanging out here working all the time. Yeah. We have events here all the time too, so you can come in here and see the brands, talk to the people from the brands, and experience things that you otherwise would only see at windups or maybe not at all, which is important to, I think, people like us who are enthusiasts who otherwise don't get to do this kind of stuff.
Right, especially a lot of the brands you see, you don't get hands-on anywhere, unless you leave the country or something.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
So, well, I'll start.
Yeah.
I'll start with something a little bit different, a little bit cool.
Yeah.
This is a Phoibos.
Sure.
Pronounce it however you want. Yeah. Phoibos.
Speaking of a brand you can never get hands-on with.
Yes, exactly. So this is definitely direct from China microbrand.
Sure.
Phoibos was really my first introduction to what microbrands can be. This probably goes back, I started carrying them like 6-7 years ago. And one of the marketing guys that worked for me was like, hey, Marc, I think you should check out this brand. And I looked at them, and I got them, I did a video, and it was like, oh my goodness, they were gone. So it was like really an enthusiast watch. So it was really one of the first companies that I dealt with that was building an automatic with sapphire, ceramic, and this dial happens to be purple. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's really cool. It's a Wave Master or something, but for between $300 or so, $350. I mean, this to me opened the eyes of what is out there for other brands, and they make mostly divers. I mean, they're mostly a dive watch company. Yeah. I'm mostly a dive watch person.
Yeah, pretty in line with the Islander brand.
I'm wearing a limited Seiko and then
dual wristing over here for the video.
Oh, we always, it's not for the video.
Okay, all right, yeah.
So we're clear. This is like 24/7.
Yeah,
well, not 24/7, but 12/7.
Sure.
16/7. So this is actually I actually brought two new releases from Squale.
Oh, cool.
This is the new Dross model. Some kind of submarine company over in, I want to say Italy. I probably should do a little more on it, but it's called the Saver model. It's a little submersible that kind of goes out and fixes stuff and rescues things. And Squale does a lot of collabs. And they did a Dross collab a couple years ago and did wonderful, so they made another one. Really just different looking, black and yellow, and 600 meters of water resistance, helium escape valve. Just a really cool looking watch. The strap's a little strange, but I dig it.
I want a brand with a lot of history too, of making pieces for other brands, but then also working with a lot of people in the industry.
And what I thought was actually interesting about this watch is that the bezel just has a triangle, and it's actually meant to align with the hour hand because for the kind of dives that these people do, the time that they spend under is measured in hours.
Wow, so they're under there for a long time.
They're under there for a long time.
These are serious tech divers.
Serious saturation divers.
Yeah, okay.
And then this is a watch that some may think they know what it is, but this is the Matic. And the Matic is a watch that I own, but it's in like a 42 or 43 millimeter case. They now just released the Matic in 3 colors, and they're calling it the Matic S, and it's in a 40 millimeter case.
Oh, okay, so much more wearable.
Yeah, and I'm all about the blue.
Sure.
I mean, this is like blue party. They have a mosaic rubber strap, polished. blue over white bezel, and crazy dial.
Palm Beach right there.
I mean, this is really like really, really nice. You put this on I wear mine on a white rubber strap.
Sure.
And it is just, it pops, super pops.
Very cool.
And then I'll move to a brand that probably most people, I'd say most people know, Orient.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Orient's been, well, Orient's like a Seiko, I would say.
Yeah.
They've been making watches for, I don't know how many years. It's a ton of years.
Yeah, an entry-level icon for a lot of
people.
They
really are. You know, people don't realize that, we were having a discussion before, when the SKX was out, the Ray and the Mako was out.
Yeah.
And those were watches that people were snatching up for $130.
Yeah, so cheap.
$140.
Automatic 200 meter screw down crown,
Yeah.
sapphire crystal, everything that we wanted.
It was crazy
good
just
pricing.
not ISO certified.
Right.
That was the major thing.
Yeah.
But most people don't need that.
No.
And they were stylish. They were blue dials, black dials, full PVDs. They did oranges.
Yeah.
Amazon even got on board in the original days. Amazon was the original. They spec'd the orange dial version. That was theirs.
That's pretty cool.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yellow dial, excuse me. Bumblebee was Amazon's color.
Yeah.
And it was totally, but I just want to show like what they do is not just divers. This is like plastic encrusted. That's why it's very
still fresh.
Yeah, still fresh. Sports chronograph. Just different, I think, for most people to experience from the Orient family. That it's just a regular, it's a beautiful dial. 60-minute chronograph with a useless 24-hour indicator on it.
Is that the solar power?
This. You know what? Wait. No, this is not one of the solar power ones.
Right.
This is quartz.
Okay.
So there is a solar diver. That's the I want to say the RAACOQ models. This is not one of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there is an Orient reference out there. It's like the Neo 70 line.
Yeah, the Neo Panda.
They're beautiful. I own one that is like one of my favorite entry-level
That's a
attainable
deep cut.
chrono- So cool.
Yeah.
Love that model.
white
and
and
this
the
is
black.
like a little bit more elevated than that too.
Right, and that's kind of why I got it in, because
Yeah.
really the Panda was never, that Neo Panda was never officially sold here in the States.
Yeah, it's a hard one to
Orient's
find.
again
You
one of
gotta-
those,
gotta
like
hunt
there's
for 'em.
different markets all across the world, and they make for a market what they make for a market.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is probably one of the more gateway kind of
100%.
drugs into the brand,
This is-
right?
this is
Gateway
the
watches. Yeah. This is the Bambino. This would be, wow, there's so many versions. This is a version 3, right? This is the Bauhaus.
Wow. Okay.
So you had version 1 with like numbers, version 2 with Romans, this was version 3, version 4 was a 42 millimeter version. I think they're up to like 7 or 8 now.
I think they're on 8.
Oh, they're on 8?
Yeah, I believe they're on 8 this year.
Yeah, I mean, they made a 5S, which was a small version. That was down to like 36. But still, I think they still make literally almost all of them.
Yeah.
Which for a dealer makes it very difficult to...
Yes.
You want brands to kind of sunset models
Yeah.
so that you don't have to carry as much.
Yeah, but as an enthusiast, you want them all.
You want them all. Oh, wow. And it's amazing that the Bambinos that came out, I don't think they call them Bambinos. I'm sorry.
They changed some of the verbiage a little bit, but we still call them
that's what we call them. I mean, Mako Ray not used anymore, but we still call it that. But yeah, those models that came out 7, 8 years ago, they're literally still kicking.
Yeah.
I can't believe I still have, what they call version, well, there was Gen 2 because they upgraded, just like Seiko, they upgraded to hand winding and hacking eventually, but then they made different versions of those same watches. So
very cool.
Staying on the continent.
Yes.
The continent, the country, it's not a continent. The country
country
of Japan.
Yes, yeah.
So I was introduced to this brand at the Windup Fair in San Francisco.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I actually first saw it in New York of 24.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then we happened to be like 2 booths next to them in San Francisco. And obviously I'm there with Islander.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm selling. But I'm always on the hunt for new watches for the store. And I saw the brand, and one of the guys that works for Ryan is like, well, if you like it so much, why don't you go talk to them?
I'm surprised you had a chance. 2 of the most swarmed booths at the Windup Watch Fair. Islander.
Well, it was before hours.
And,
during press hour. Yeah, that's when most people walk around, press hour. Because it's a shame, because people come look for me, and they're like, I tried to find you, but I wasn't there.
There's no way.
I was walking around. But we hit it off, I guess. And I became a dealer. And the watches are awesome.
They're fantastic.
What strikes me amazingly, especially this piece, so this is 35 millimeter, but that's like a common theme around their line, right?
Yes.
I mean, they make a bigger version of this, right? 38 millimeter.
Yeah.
but I don't think they go much above like 39. Even their diver, their sombrero diver, I want to say is like 38, 39.
Yeah, right in that category.
Yeah, which I would say in today's watch market, that's almost unheard of for a brand to not even go 40 and over.
Yeah, they don't push. They stay restrained. It's very small.
Right.
Which we haven't even said the name of the brand yet.
Oh, Kuoe. Kuoe Kyoto. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Very lovely people.
Yeah, super nice. Super cool people, and just spreading the love of watches. But when I first saw them, and I was like, 35. Like, is my customer gonna want a 35? And then, sure enough, my customer wanted a 35.
Yeah.
So yeah, bronze case.
It's
cool,
a
right?
winner.
Yeah, it really is.
An absolute winner.
So it's cool.
So much so that the first watch that I actually brought to the table here is the 38 millimeter, which is the Oldsmith, I think it's the 90-002.
Wow, yeah. So you did your 90-0002 or something.
Yeah. And this is the 38 millimeter bronze case. This one has the Seiko NH38 inside of it, I believe. But it's the same thing here. Our customers, we know from our customer base, they do prefer kind of the 38 size for most of our customers.
Right.
But there are those who prefer the smaller ones.
Right.
And a lot of their watches are based on vintage proportions because the founder of the company spent a lot of time in London studying watch design and design in general, and was inspired by vintage military watches. And that's where a lot of the design comes from. So this watch is very much vintage field watch style, and the sizing proportions come from that. And 38 would, at the time, have been very large, but in a modern day and age, 38 is kind of
almost like
average, maybe small for some
I would say
people.
a little, I mean, depends on the brand, but yeah, I say 38 is probably more towards the smaller end.
Absolutely. And especially when you're looking at 35, 36, that's small for a lot of people out there. And so it's great to see them offering both ends of the spectrum. And this is one that I see a lot of couples gravitating towards. I know my partner actually wears a Kuoe quite often.
Okay.
She loves the watch. And then actually I was actually recently at an air show in upstate New York. And we were filming there for AV8, looking around for enthusiasts to talk to about watches. And we're looking for people who liked watches, people who maybe have a cool watch on their wrist.
Got it.
And I see a bronze case walking past me, and I'm like, that's a Kuoe.
Oh, wow.
Right there. And he was wearing
in the
this
wild,
exact watch.
Oof.
And the reason he picked it up is because he was in Japan, and he wanted to take a token of the trip back with him.
Oh, okay, cool.
And he specifically wanted to bring a watch back, but he went into a couple shops. They were pretty expensive, largely unobtainable. And then he found Kuoe. And the beauty of this brand is that they offer a wide variety of different options, whether there are dress or more field or the diver and the sombrero. And all of them are largely attainable. This one is right around $650 for a bronze case automatic watch with some pretty nice rugged styling, 100 meters of water resistance. It's largely unheard of.
Yeah, for sure.
So to get all of that for the price point is pretty great. And this is a person who is not a big watch fan. But for the price point, they were able to take back this memento of the trip. And now they have this beautiful token from Japan.
The memory and everything else.
And so, what they're able to offer here, and then just being, again, great people to work with.
For sure.
One of the most popular booths at Windup.
Oh, always insane.
Swarmed.
Insanely
just
busy.
Talking to everyone, always a smile on their face. Great brand to check out if you haven't checked them out. So much so that immediately we both started trying to carry them. You got to them before we did, but we are very excited to now have Kuoe in our shop.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so very cool. Second one I brought out here is actually it is a New York based brand, although the watch is now Swiss made. So this is Benrus. Are you familiar with Benrus pretty well?
Yeah, I mean the name has been around forever.
Been around for a very long time, since the late 1800s. 1800s, might be 1900s. We'll cut that part. It's a brand that's been around for a very long time. Obviously started in New York, but recently has been revitalized. It's been, kind of passed around a little bit, but they really wanted to elevate the brand a little bit, elevate the designs and the build quality in particular. So now if you look at the line, you have a lot of Swiss-made components. If you look at the dial design language, it's really been elevated quite a bit. This guy here, this is the 3061. We're using an add-a movement on the inside. It is going to come in at a slightly higher price point, right around $1,800. But you get a bit more of an everyday watch here. It is still kind of based on that bullet design watch. The Steve McQueen watch that people are familiar with. But it is just, I don't know, it's a little bit more romantic than some of the older style Benrus watches were. And that's true of a lot of their newer watches.
Yeah, a lot of the older watches are very, very military.
Very
military.
Very military, very rugged. Still
infantry,
fantastic. And a lot of people love them for that. But they were definitely more of a time. Whereas these ones have definitely been brought into that modern day and age, definitely a bit more I don't know, just more upspec and a
Right.
bit, I don't want to call them fancy because
a
they're
little
still
more refined.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Because they do carry still that rugged military design language.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they just carry a bit better finishing and a bit of a dressier design language than they
Yeah,
might
when I
have used
happened to see it on the table when I sat down, I was like, is that a Hamilton? And then
Yeah.
I did one of these.
Yeah. It's a pretty great looking watch.
Yeah.
And I was pretty surprised to see what they've done with this one, especially comparing it to the old one, which was actually smaller. Speaking of case sizes,
Yeah.
they enlarged this one slightly for the modern audience.
Okay.
So it's one that people have really, really enjoyed from Benrus, including some of their older style military references as well.
Cool.
Pretty cool one from Benrus. And then the third and final one that I brought out here is from Tissot.
Okay.
So obviously a brand that a lot of people are familiar with.
Sure.
Huge Swiss brand. This is the PRX, but it's not a standard PRX. This is the PRX Carbon.
Okay.
So you get a carbon case, a carbon dial, and it's all for under $1,000.
Wow.
Which carbon case, carbon
yeah.
dial for under $1,000 is
Doesn't happen.
really, really difficult.
Right.
The only one out there who's sort of competing with that is Nevada Grenchen,
Right.
and even that is a little bit above this, or I guess right around the same price point.
Right.
So very hard to compete there. Automatic Powermatic 80 movement on the
Right.
inside. Overall, just a very comfortable sport package on that rubber strap. A lot of people really like this. It's a bit more
feel the weight on
modern. Yeah, please. It's a bit more modern than some of the other PRXs, which tend to lean a bit more classic and a bit dressy. This one is definitely more on the sports side
Very
of things. Definitely a bit of a darker theme, a bit more of a sportier motif,
Yeah,
if you will.
sure.
But very interesting in its design language, and seems to be a bigger hit with a younger audience who really loved the original PRX, but this one really has just been, it's been hard to keep in stock,
Right.
honestly.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, carbon for under 1,000, hard to beat.
Yeah, and it kind of like brings more. So like Powermatic is like kind of cool from a tech perspective.
Sure.
But then you have more going on. You have carbon.
Yeah.
You know, carbon
Yeah.
fiber case, which I don't think a lot of people understand really what it is.
Yeah.
Makes it cool. You have a carbon dial.
Yeah.
Again, more coolness. That's pretty nifty.
Yeah, and the way they do it too, it's not the woven carbon fiber that you might see on a car. It's shredded, marbled carbon fiber too, so
Right.
you get a bit more of a fun texture
Right.
than you would get on another carbon fiber surface
Right.
too. So Tissot really kind of knocked it out of the park with this one. They still give you that open automatic movement on the back
Sure.
too, so you can stare at it if you want to. But a really fun one from Tissot there. And just
nice.
a fun one for a lot of people to come in and get hands-on with if they want to.
Yep.
Yeah, and those are the three that I brought. Benrus,
That's cool.
Tissot, Kuoe. And then, yeah, for you, you've got Squale, Kuoe, Orient, and Phoibos?
Bus.
Sure, Phoibos. There we go.
Let's go with bus.
Yeah, so those are some of the brands, obviously, that we carry here in the Windup Watch Shop, both in person and online.
Awesome.
And those are some of the watches that you carry online at Long
Online
Island.
only.
Yes, online only at longislandwatch.com. Don't go to his shop.
Yeah.
Online only, longislandwatch.com.
Correct. Yeah.
Perfect. If you want to check out any more of those, please head to our individual websites or come to our showroom. Hit up Marc in the comments section because he loves to hang out online and chat with all of you guys. And we will catch you in the next video.
Thank you. Bye.